Welcome to Lady News, your trusted source for bold African storytelling. Here we don't just report the news, we tell the stories the world often chooses to ignore. Today, we explore a chilling pattern in African history, the rise and fall of leaders who dared to dream of independence from Western control. Thomas Sankara, Idi Amin, Muammar Gaddafi, Ibrahim Traoré, their visions, their battles, their downfalls, and what it means for Africa today. In 1983, a young army captain named Thomas Sankara seized power in what was then Upper Volta, a country battered by poverty and corruption. He immediately changed the nation's name to Burkina Faso, meaning land of upright people. Sankara was not just a leader, he was a movement. He declared, "We must dare to invent the future." Under his rule, schools, roads, and health clinics sprang up. Polio was eradicated. Women's rights advanced like never before. Foreign aid was rejected and debts called immoral. But the more Sankara resisted Western economic interests, the more enemies he made, inside and outside his country. On October 15, 1987, at just 37 years old, Sankara was assassinated in a coup led by Blaise Compaoré, a man once called his brother. Many still ask, was it only ambition that killed Sankara, or was it a warning to any African leader who dared to dream too big? Meanwhile, in East Africa, another leader took a different, and darker, path. Idi Amin, a former British-trained officer, seized power in Uganda in 1971. At first, the West smiled. Britain and Israel supported Amin, seeing him as a strongman to stabilize Uganda. But Amin had his own ideas. He expelled over 50,000 Asians, many holding British passports, and seized foreign-owned businesses. He declared, "Uganda will no longer be the milking cow for foreign interests." Amin pivoted toward Libya and the Soviet Union. The West turned from friend to foe. By 1979, a combined force of Tanzanian troops and Ugandan exiles overthrew him. He fled into exile, first to Libya, then Saudi Arabia, where he lived until his quiet death in 2003. Another chapter closed. Another leader who defied foreign influence, gone. Few leaders shook the foundations of Western power like Muammar Gaddafi of Libya. Seizing power in 1969, Gaddafi nationalized oil, funded revolutionary movements worldwide, and dreamed of an Africa free from Western exploitation. He spoke often of the United States of Africa, and pushed to create a single African currency backed by gold, a move that, if successful, could have devastated the economic dominance of the US dollar and euro. He declared, "There is no freedom without economic independence." But as Gaddafi grew bolder, he grew more dangerous in Western eyes. In 2011, under the pretext of humanitarian intervention, NATO launched a bombing campaign. Gaddafi was hunted down by rebels and killed in cold blood, a chaotic end broadcast to the world. Libya, once Africa's wealthiest nation, plunged into a failed state. Another leader of resistance, wiped away. Today a new name rises, Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. In 2022, frustrated with corruption and ongoing insecurity, Traoré led a popularly supported military takeover. He has since expelled French military forces, forged new alliances, and called for true African sovereignty. In fiery speeches he echoes Sankara's spirit, warning, "Our liberation will not come from the West, it will come from ourselves." But already history is beginning to repeat. Reports of coup attempts, assassination plots, a media war painting him as a tyrant. Can Traoré succeed where others have fallen? Or will the forces of neo-colonialism strike again, silencing another generation's hope? Thomas Sankara, Idi Amin, Muammar Gaddafi, Ibrahim Traoré. Each chose the dangerous path of independence. Each faced opposition from forces greater than their armies or ideals. Yet their legacies endure. Not just in books, but in the hearts of young Africans who still dare to dream of a continent free, united, and proud. History teaches us that resistance has a price, but it also teaches us that true freedom is born only through sacrifice. Thank you for standing with Lady News, where African stories are told boldly, truthfully, and without fear. If you believe in telling the real African story, subscribe now to our channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, like this video to support African journalism, and share this story, because the world needs to hear the truth. Together let's write a new chapter for Africa. This is Lady News, bold, unfiltered, African. Visual end screen subscribe button plus related videos.